Turn to your left and turn to your right. And every year it looks as if there are new coaches popping up online talking about how they made 6-7 figures practically overnight. How is that even possible? But is it real? Truth be told, the global online coaching market was valued at $3.2 billion in 2022, over $4.5 billion in 2023, and it is projected to keep on growing. In fact, they're projecting that it will reach $11.7 billion in 2032. This is growing at a steady and very quick pace, so you don't want to miss out. And I know at this point you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, I get it. This coaching industry is growing. I need to take advantage of it. So what should I do? Reality check. There is room in this coaching industry for everyone, including you. You can build a successful business authentically in the right way. I'm breaking down some simple and essential steps that you need to take to build your coaching business and brand this year. And we're going to talk about doing it without the stress and without the overwhelm. We're leaving all that behind. So let's take a deep dive into this. Are you ready? Set? Let's go.
Hey there, I'm Renee from Raw Branded, and I help aspiring entrepreneurs to identify and package their unique story and genius into an authentic brand and business that attracts their soulmate clients.
Hello, my darlings. I hope you're doing well and taking care of yourself. I am sending good vibes your way. Now, in this video, there is also an in-class assignment. I am giving you homework, and you know I wouldn't be the good doctor if I didn't give you homework. And it's gonna be served real, raw, and straight, but I'm gonna do it with ease, so don't worry about that. So I want you to take this moment to go grab a cup of coffee, grab some tea, grab some vino, because it's 5 o'clock somewhere, grab your favorite beverage, and then come all back. The best thing is below in this video, you can download a worksheet so that as we're going through these steps, you can take some notes. So I want you to do that as well, all right? So get yourself collected because here we go. The most important thing that you need to do is to make sure that before you dive into this coaching business, you are teaching what you actually know, for reals. It's easy to look at other creators who are making money and to idolize them and say, gosh, I want to be where they are. But doing that and doing any kind of get rich quick, not authentically creating your business, trying to teach things that you don't even know about, this is gonna shoot you in the foot, okay? I'm gonna give it to you real. Don't do it if you want to have a long-lasting business with your name and your brand behind it, okay? So that's gonna be number one, because what you're trying to do here is leave a legacy, right? And again, your name is behind this. Your whole goal, at least I think this is what you want to do, or else you wouldn't be here watching this video, is that you want to have a business that sustains itself. You don't want to be one of those creators who, pop up onto the scene and then they're gone and they disappear the next year. They came on the scene, they banked their money, they said they cared about an audience, they didn't really, and then they left and you're like, whatever happened to so-and-so? Don't let that be you. Teach what you know. So think about what would your ideal clients want to know, and most importantly, what can you teach? What can you pass along to help someone else? Think about this. What will your ideal client's transformation be? Where are they going? They're gonna go from point A to point B. What does that look like? For example, are you teaching women who are transitioning into a new career? Or maybe you're teaching yoga or Reiki to new healers. Or maybe you know a lot about investing and managing a portfolio, and that's something that you can teach someone else to do to build their wealth. For now, just focus on the outcomes. Don't focus on any I am statements and your, traditional elevator pitch. Don't worry about how am I going to introduce myself. Just focus on what is it that I can teach, what can I pass along and help someone else to do. And don't obsess about this, because your statement, how you introduce yourself, that's gonna change a bajillion times, okay? You're gonna finesse it in different ways. Don't worry about that, okay? Just focus on, at the end of the day, what is it that you do? I have had clients who have gotten stuck in this process and just really wanted to nail that introductory statement that I am, insert your name, who does insert what to help insert which audience. And that's great. And that is a formula, and that's something that I also teach. But before you can even get there into the whole, who am I, how do I say what I do for my business, you need to know what is your business. So just focus on that. First, take it back and focus on what is it that you plan to do. And once you have that all clear, then you can distill this and say that I am a fitness coach, I am a finance coach, I am a career coach, a college admission coach, a mindset coach, a life coach, a leadership coach, a relationship coach. There are so many things that you could potentially teach, you can potentially do. And that's why first start with what is it that you plan to do, and then you can bucket yourself into whatever category that falls under. So just first things first, start with the basics. The second important thing that you need to do is to find out, who are you serving? This is how you're going to niche down. And if you want to know more about why you need to niche down to blow up your business in a good way, I have a video all about that. The link to that is below. I will also link to it in the worksheet, the guide. Again, that link is also below. If you download the guide and you're doing your work as you're watching this video, after you watch this video, just so you're not overwhelmed, after you watch this video, then you can go back and watch my video on why you should niche down. But I'm just going to summarize it very quickly. Basically, it will help you to know who you're targeting. You'll find out who's your audience. So when you're niching down, you're basically defining who's your ideal client. You know, who is the person you're serving? Yes, your audience, but then in what way? Because this is now you're getting more specific into the industry and the person, and you're really refining that space in which you're operating in. And chances are your audience, it may be you. You may be looking in the mirror and that is your ideal client. It's actually you. So if we're going to go back to the previous examples about figuring out what you do, we're going to look now more specifically at the audience in the case of career transitions, or maybe you're helping women to craft a personal brand and enter the job market, enter their careers after spending years raising a family and being out of the industry. And now you're helping them to come back into that space. That may be your niche. And you can niche down even further and be very specific, just as long as there is a market for that particular niche. So as you're drilling down and you're saying, I want to serve women who are this age and in this industry and struggling with this problem, it may all sound great on paper, but you want to make sure that there is actually a market. You have actual people who want that service, who actually exist. That niche actually is in demand for your services. Which takes me to my third point, which is to do market research. So you know what you want to do. You have an idea of the audience. Now, the most important thing, do not skip this part of the process, because many people skip this part in the process because for some it's not so fun and others enjoy it, but it is essential. And I'm going to beg you to do the market research. You need to do market research. So basically what you're going to do is look at your peers, right, in your space. I'm calling them peers because they're not competitors. We're not competing. Okay, everyone has a unique brand. At the end of the day, someone else may be sharing the same information as you do, but you have a different way of delivering it. You will inevitably put your own finesse on it just by nature of you being you, right? And then you can craft this even further and make this more specific, and we'll get into that in a minute. But the market research part of it, you want to look at your peers, look at the other people who in your space who are doing what you're doing, and then look at the audience. Look at the folks who are following those people. Look at what they're saying in the comments. What are they saying that they're struggling with? What is their feedback? You are basically looking for the gaps in the market and where there are unanswered questions, where people are still asking those burning questions, or they need to be fully explained in a more, maybe it's in a simpler way, or it's just, you know what's missing. That's where you can step in. So a quick way to look at, where do I find my potential clients and what they're struggling with? Go on social media, particularly any platform where you think your audience will be, and look at the conversations that are taking place. Look at what are the comments, what are people saying? Look in those spaces and then join those conversations. Find out, ask questions, dive in deep, because this is just going to help you even further. The more you know about your audience, the better you'll know how to serve them. And not to mention, most importantly, you'll be able to validate your offer. When you're now thinking about, I think I know how I can help them, well, you can validate it by going into those comments and seeing, is this what people actually want? So do that, do your research, get the sense of the lay of the land. And not only will that give you clarity and let you know who your audience is, you'll also know that you can actually make money. People want what you have to offer. So right there, you're in business. So you've done some deep diving and it looks like people want what you have to offer. But what's your service? What is your program? How are you going to help your potential audience? So what you need to do at this point in time is to create a framework. You need some sort of step-by-step in your process. What does that look like in your coaching? What you need to do is craft an irresistible, amazing offer that your clients, they can't resist. Your potential clients can't resist this. There's so many ways in which you can slice this. So you gotta really think about, one, what's the coaching experience that you want to provide to your potential clients? And then the other thing is, think about your own energy level. What's the bandwidth you have for taking on clients? Can you take on 3 at a time? Can you take on 10? Do you really need to work 1 at a time? I advise you to start with 1 as you're starting out. Just pace yourself and start with 1 person and feel out if your framework is actually accurate. And I'm saying to feel out your energy level, particularly for my introverts, because I will tell you that coaching can sometimes be draining if you're not setting it up with the right amount of people, if you're not setting it up with the type of audience that's ideal for you. It can feel like an energetic drain for both of you. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're setting up your business in the right way. And again, you've got options. You can do one-on-one coaching. You can do done-for-you services where you literally do whatever service it is for that person. Like in my space, I've done done-for-you services where I've built people websites. I've done their branding for them. I've come up with their brand stories. So I did it for them. That was done for them. And then separately, I've done one-on-one coaching and also a hybrid of it where I'm coaching my client, but then also doing the services for them, the branding services. So I've actually been able to merge the two and consider that as well, especially as you're starting off and you're trying to feel out what does your program look like and what's your framework, what's your process. Factor these things into the equation. And then you also have the option of doing group coaching where you have 4, maybe 5 clients at a time that you're helping as a group. And this is great for as you're starting to scale and you want to take on more clients, but doing it one-on-one, there's just not enough time and not enough bandwidth and quite frankly, not enough energy to juggle other people's energies and personalities. And you're looking at what their goals are and how are you helping them. And you want to do your clients a service. You want your clients succeed and you want to do this well, right? How you structure your program is important. The group program does allow you to take on more clients, but then you can also, if you want to scale your business even further, you can also do courses, which I also love because then you can serve a greater amount of people by having courses available on demand and people can take those courses and learn at their own pace. And again, you can get even more flexible and do a hybrid of that where you're also coaching while offering the course. So Your clients can take the course, and then there's also an option for you to coach them either one-on-one or in a group. As you can see, you can design your program in many different ways, but I advise you to start off doing it one-on-one first and getting your feet wet and really getting your framework tightened before you start scaling and growing and doing more elaborate things in your business. The other thing to think about is how long your program will be. Can people get results in 3 months? Can they get results in 6 months? Will it take them longer than that? Now, I'm going to advise you to keep it to 3 to 6 months, because anything longer than that, and just research shows this, you're now stretching out the timeline for people to get results. When it's a longer duration, especially when you're trying to give people, your audience, a quick win, make it reasonable, make it also tangible. Cut out all the fluff. If it's unnecessary for them and you're just padding your program, you don't want to do that. You want to give them what are the key essential steps that that person needs to take to get them from A to B, not from A to B, C, D, E, F, G, Z. You want to get them from A to B, right? Keep it simple, give them that win, and move them along so they can get that transformation. Yeah, the program should be simple. It should address one problem, not everything but the kitchen sink. Just one problem to make it also helpful for your client, but also helpful for you. For instance, you want to help women to transition into their careers, not I want to help women transition into their careers and buy their first homes and also learn how to invest. And also, you could keep doing on and on and on and on, but that's a lot to take on, and you will overwhelm your clients. And then once you have your program, you can brand it, package it, give it your signature name. That is your signature program. So brand it however you deem it to be fit. And then when it comes to pricing, how much it will cost, I will caution you against underselling yourself and selling yourself short. That's one. But then I will also caution you from overpricing your services depending on what you have to offer. At the end of the day, your program should be valuable. It should be the most amazing service that you can provide for your clients. So when it comes to pricing, the pricing should reflect both the value you're bringing, and then also it should feel good to you. I always recommend going with a higher ticket pricing, a program that is 3 to 6 months, meaning you are building a solid program at that type of rate. So higher ticket, solid program, and it creates this match. And then once you know your numbers, then you can set some financial goals for yourself. The math needs to be mathing, meaning you can then work your way backwards and then figure out how many clients do I need to take on to reach this income goal, considering that I am pricing my program at this price point. I share a lot more details about this in my course, The Product Is You, but right now I want you to just put that on paper so you don't lose track of that. The fifth thing that you need to think about is the brand experience. Personal branding, my favorite. This is where you bring your personality into the mix. And when we're thinking about flavor, what kind of spice girl are you? Seriously, what do you want to be known for? Why should people choose you as a coach? Your style of coaching is essentially how you're delivering your message. Is it hard-hitting like Gary Vee? Is it gentle like Amy Porterfield? Is it no fluff, straight no chaser like Roberto Blake? Or are you a girl's girl? What is that approach that you want to deliver? What is that experience like for you as a coach? What's your style? How do you like to teach? And what's the experience that you want your clients to go through? Regardless of your communication style though, I'm gonna remind you that it's essential to be a good coach. You need to be an active listener, right? It's the same thing as with teaching. You need to be an active listener, a strong communicator. You need to always reflect back to your client the things that they're sharing with you, all that information. It shows that you're paying attention, and for yourself, you're also taking notes. So again, asking the right questions, because it's not just your clients who have homework, although I'm always stitching out homework for you. You as a coach also has homework to do. You have to listen to your clients and hear them, hear what they're saying. What are their needs? How can you help them? And then the other thing, this doesn't get talked about enough, but I know this from my own journey, my own experiences. And I thought about this and I put this in my program, and I'm saying this to you right now. One of the things that not enough coaches talk about is that you as a coach, the responsibility, you are now stepping into a leadership position. And yes, with that, you may get a little nervous and there may be some imposter syndrome. And I've spoken about that also on this channel. You can watch that video. But as you're getting nervous and you know that you have this responsibility, it may make you feel as if, oh man, I gotta deliver on some results because I'm changing lives, literally. I'm changing another person's life, and you may feel that pressure. What I will tell you is to fall back on knowing that you have skills, you have the knowledge, you have the expertise, you're at least one step ahead of your client, and so you can help them. So keep that in mind. I'm ahead of this person. I know what they don't know. They can't see the forest from the trees. I've gotten down to the path. Even if I'm not through the forest, I found the path. And so I can take them by the hand and walk them to the right path. Keep that in mind. And then the confidence aspect of it, that'll grow over time. Confidence will come with time, and as you're working with more clients and as you feel more confident in your program, you realize, oh my gosh, my program is delivering serious results and people want to give me testimonials, and you're gonna feel so good and so confident that of course I can sell my program. Of course I'm a leader. You'll naturally step into that role. Okay, stay with me here. Jot all that down in the worksheet, okay? Take a little breather. We got a little bit more here to tackle. The sixth thing being a mini sales funnel. Don't faint. This is not complicated, okay? I'm gonna simplify this for you. And this is the reason why I want you to write these things down, and I'm going through this with you, and I'm giving you, again, simple steps. I'm not getting into complicated programs and tools and everything else. I'm just giving you, these are the key steps that you can do. Let's keep it simple. Because as you're marketing your business, people are going to wonder, who are you? They're gonna wanna learn more about this person who's showing up in their feed. And so you need a little mini sales funnel so that you can keep them coming back to you. Because here's the thing, you may show up as I'm doing right now in this video, and I'm giving you information, but not everyone is ready to work with you at that same exact point in time. We're in different parts of our journey. Someone may be ready to just go right away and sign up and work with you as a coach, while another person is just getting a sense of, do I even want to do this? Or even trying to identify, what is the problem that I have? You know, each individual is in a different part in their journey, and you can say along the sales funnel, if you want to get more technical with it, it's kind of like buying a bag. You may go out, say the store, or you may be online, and you may see a bag that you really like, and you're like, oh, I kind of want that. Insert your favorite item in place of bag. You may say, I want it, but I'm not quite ready to commit to it yet. I just don't know if it's a right fit. And so you step away from it. But then 24 hours later, you get an email in your inbox about said bag. Or you see an ad, okay, hello, retargeting, an ad that has been served to you mysteriously, thanks to digital marketing, and it's about that same bag. These are reminders. And then it goes into your head and you start to reconsider. You're like, oh yeah, that bag. I might be still interested in it. Let me think about it. Those reminders help to warm you up, and either eventually you buy the bag or you buy something similar, but just it's still top of mind and you haven't forgotten about it. And that's what you're doing with having a sales funnel. Let me break this down even further. So you're marketing your services, right? You're showing up on social media, you're marketing. I advise you to market on one platform to start. So you're showing up on that one platform, marketing your services, and then you're driving traffic to a website, to a web page where there is a free item that someone can download, some sort of helpful information that you're offering that's accessible on that web page. And to get that free item, they have to plug in their email address and they get that free item. So what is all that? The website serves as your digital home. Why? Because you can't rely on social media. Social media platforms are always constantly popping up and dying, and you may have built an audience there just to have it wiped away overnight. And believe me, that has happened to many content creators. Again, I have another video on this channel about why you still need a website. So after this one, check that video out. So you have your website, and then you're offering a freebie, also known as a lead magnet. It encourages them to opt into your email list, where you can then build a relationship with them, because now your audience is on your platform. You can email them, you can build a relationship with them, you get them to like, know, and trust you, and you're staying top of mind. Just like that bag, they'll come back to you. Now, I did say part of that mini sales funnel involved marketing. By nature of marketing, by default, you are a content creator. And in doing so, what you're doing on a platform like this, and I do advise you to do a video-based type of marketing, preferably on a platform like YouTube, because it allows you to present and give your audience a sample of your work. They get a taste of what is coaching like with you, and then you're able to build authority on these platforms. So I advise you to hop on camera. I know you may be shying away from this, but hop on camera and let people know about you and your personal brand. So why the marketing? Okay, going back to the bag example, it's according to the rule of 7. The rule of 7, developed by the movie industry in the 1930s, and basically the studio bigwigs discovered that they needed a certain amount of promotion, at least 7 touch points before someone was compelled to watch one of their movies. These days, with all the distractions of social media, you know, the TikTokification of the world, on-demand movies, so many distractions, your friends, texting you, and if we're constantly bombarded with information, I would say that rule has definitely increased. It's beyond 7 at this point in time. You need to constantly be in other people's stratosphere for them to remember you, because again, we're in swipe nation here, and easy to forget about what you even just consumed. Information is moving at that quick of a pace, which is why showing up on camera is so important. More than once, more than 7 times. You're going to have to show up consistently, because the more exposure equals the greater opportunities of you connecting with your soulmate client. So write this down. You're going to show up on YouTube at least 1 time per week. Pick a platform. Again, I'm going to advise you to sign up for YouTube if you haven't already, and show up on this platform at least 1 time per week. I'm working on growing this channel, so we can do this together. So get yourself together, jot these things down. I will take you by the hand and let's grow together. In fact, comment down below if you're committed. I'm challenging you. If you're committed to growing your brand and business this year, and we'll do this together, comment down below. Let's grow together. So the next phase in your coaching process is what I like to call soulful selling. Yeah, I'm the authenticity girl, and I believe in building a business that's authentic and feels good, and that your clients feel good along the step of the way. You feel good about your business. You're not burnt out. You're not overwhelmed. It feels organic. So here's the thing. As you've been showing up online, it is inevitable that you're going to connect with someone, at least one person, who will want to do business with you, and they'll want to hire you as a coach. So that means that you're going to have to hop on a call and talk to that person and see, is there a match here? Are we fit for working with one another? And to close the deal, again, we do it the raw branded way, which is we're keeping it real, raw, authentic. Sales can be sleazy or they can be soulful. You make the choice. But over here, we want to make sure that it's a match. So we're not pressuring people who aren't ready for our work. We're not locking ourselves into coaching relationships that aren't a good fit, and that person wouldn't give you a testimonial anyway, and they're likely to not complete the program, which means you've gotten nowhere fast. You know, when you hop on your sales call, you're going to do it in a way where it's a conversation and it feels comfortable to you and your potential client. And again, in my course, I do map up all the details on how to do soulful selling, as I like to call it, and you can learn more about that. The link is down below, by the way. One of the things I'm going to advise you to do as you're hopping on phone calls with potential clients, and you're doing discovery calls, sales calls, is that you make sure you factor in your money story and also your client's money story. Meaning, you're gonna have a huge block in your business if you haven't gotten comfortable with money. Are you fearful of talking about money when you go to ask someone to pay for your services? Do you get anxiety? And I'm saying this because I did for a very, very long time. I would get on a sales call, I would get into anxiety. And when it came down to talking about the price of my program, it just didn't feel right. I was just hyperventilating. And yes, it was one part not feeling 100% like I loved my program. That was one part of it. So it was kind of also ruining my chances. And then the other part of it was just this discomfort of, I'm asking someone to give me money for my services. I had a mental block there, right? And similarly, your clients may have their own money story where they've never paid for help. And maybe they're thinking, should I be getting help? I can do it myself. And they may be wrestling with those feelings as well. So just remember that you may have your own money story, your clients may have their own money story as well, and it may create a block. You may be energetically misaligned because of that. Have to talk through it openly on your call that maybe your client, their money mindset isn't there, or maybe your money mindset isn't there. But just know that money is energy, right? It's a tool of exchange, energetic exchange. And yes, I have another free video all about this on this channel. So if you haven't watched that, write that down. You gotta watch that too after this. And yes, I will link it below. Whew. Did you get all that? That was a lot of information. So that's why I wanted you to write this down on the worksheet, because I knew that I was going to be dishing out some golden nuggets for you. And that was a lot. But honestly, it's not difficult. These are essential steps in building a coaching program. I want to make it very easy for you. You can do this with ease, right? We don't want to do the whole hustle culture. You're here just, burning yourself out. You don't want to be discouraged. You don't want to hate your program. We're not doing that here. So that's why I was encouraging you to just put all these thoughts, put all your work down on paper so you can think through this. And you want to be able to approach this, yes, with sanity and juggling all the many things that you've got going on with life, with family and friends, responsibilities. You've got your job and everything else going on. You want to make sure that you're doing this realistically and also in a way that feels good. Again, all the golden nuggets that I just gave you are in my Raw Branded framework. So do finish your homework, put thought to paper, and remember that this is not a sprint, it's a journey. So pace yourself. But at the same time, you don't have to do it alone. And here's why.
Now, at this point, you may be asking yourself, how can I become that amazing coach, that wonderful guide who can take my clients from good to great? Well, have no fear, because I want to introduce you to The Product Is You. In The Product Is You, you'll learn how to create an authentic brand and business that will allow you to attract your ideal clients. We walk through the whole process of validating your offer, creating your authentic brand, setting up content creation and marketing strategies to attract your soulmate clients, and ultimately creating an authentic and profitable business that feels good to you and your clients. We go through the whole process, step by step by step. Once again, the link for more information is down below, so check that out.
And if you like this video, then like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can keep seeing videos like this one in your feed. Thank you so much for watching, and keep building the business of your dreams. And of course, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.